So, welcome commanders. I wish everybody a happy new year. All the best. Today I will do something different, as you might have guessed from the title. I will play a bit with ChatGPT. This is this cool language model chatbot thingy from OpenAI. And I thought it would be a funny thing to explore a bit Raxxla with it. So let's see what it does. If you have no idea what Raxxla is, let's have a quick look in the game, what we are talking about. This is basically kind of a myth which floats around since the game's inception and which was also a part of the original game in 1984. You find a lot of references in the stream description if you're interested, but let's have a look here quickly, what's in the codex here. So basically it's that here. Let's play that.
Raxxla, to the jewel that burns on the brow of the mother of galaxies, to the whisperer in witch space, the siren of the deepest void, the parent's grief, the lover's woe, and the yearning of our vagabond hearts. To Raxxla, alleged toast of the Dark Wheel. The legend of Raxxla has been circulating, in whispers, for centuries. The quest for this mysterious place, the location of which is a deadly secret, was said to be the principal aim of the Dark Wheel, a putative fraternity of legend chasers from the early days of interstellar travel. The earliest recorded mention of Raxxla dates from 2296, from the Journal of Art Tornqvist, a shipboard mechanic based in the Tau Ceti system. He writes, Cora comes home, soused and raving with wild stories, a new one every night. She claims she's found a map to some pirate stash, and all I have to do is loan her my ship so we can go dig it up. Maybe we should go find Raxxla while we're at it. Although Tornqvist's account is the first known attestation of Raxxla, it is clear from context that the myth was already in circulation. It is extremely difficult to find consistency among the various fragmentary rumors of Raxxla. Much like the ancient myths of Atlantis, El Dorado, and the kingdom of Prester John, interpretations of the story range from the skeptical to the outlandish. Raxxla has been suggested to be anything from an unremarkable moon to a state of cosmic enlightenment. The earliest documented stories tend to agree on several points, however. That Raxxla is a definite place, and that it holds a mystical secret. Several versions of the Raxxla story mention an alien artifact, the Omphilus Rift, described as a gateway or tunnel through which parallel universes can be accessed. These details, however, were later shown to bear a striking resemblance to the children's story, Princess Astrophel and the Spiraling Stars, and soon lost credibility. Undaunted, some Raxxla seekers insisted that the story's author had cunningly concealed facts about the mysterious locale in his book, as hints for those with eyes to see. Students of Raxxla lore have noted that the legend exerts a strangely potent fascination on the minds of seekers. Commentators have compared this sensation to Fernway, the uncountable longing for a place one has never seen. More than one interstellar treasure seeker has become obsessed with Raxxla to the exclusion of all other dreams, and spent his or her entire life in a futile search for it. Raxxla also plays a role in several conspiracy theories, most of which attest that it has already been discovered by some kind of sinister cabal, or soul tyrant, which has leveraged its power to establish covert dominance over humanity. Whatever the truth of the matter, one thing remains irrefutable. The legend of Raxxla continues to inspire explorers and conspiracy theorists to this day.
Okay, so far so good. So first, the whole thing is formulated as speculation. So I mean, even the toast is an alleged toast of the dark wheel. So it's not even sure that that is true. And the mentioning first was 2296. Okay. So the question is, the Pilot Federation did probably not exist back then. So if you would draw a Venn diagram, I'm not sure if you would put all the people from the galaxy and then you have the subset of the Pilots Federation. If the dark wheel is actually complete embedded in the Pilots Federation member, or if it has some people which are not part of the Pilot Federation. That's one thing. And it's all very nebulous. So because the dark wheel is connected with that, let's have a look into that quickly.
The dark wheel.
Oh, they're out there, all right. I've never met them, but I know they're out there. Think about how well known the stories are. Now think about how easy it would be for some two-bit band of hucksters to pass themselves off as the Dark Wheel and start trading on their reputation. Doesn't happen, does it? Not for long, anyway. Whenever someone tries to usurp the Dark Wheel name, sooner or later they get quietly shut down. And that's how I know.
Felicity Farseer, Explorer. The Dark Wheel is the name given to a legendary group of adventurers, explorers, investigators, and treasure hunters, the existence of which is so lacking in corroborative evidence that it is generally considered a myth. The group is often mentioned in connection with the equally unsubstantiated Raxxla. Those who believe in the existence of the Dark Wheel consider it to be a continuous and clandestine organization, operating since the very earliest days of interstellar travel. According to the law, only a handful of the bravest and most competent pilots of each generation are honored with an invitation to join the group. It is a futile attempt to contact the Dark Wheel on one's own initiative. However, it is always they who initiate contact, initially in disguise, revealing their true identity only once a suitable test of courage and skill has been discreetly administered and passed. Opposing theories assert that new members are selected on the basis of lineage, with existing members covertly training their children and revealing the fact of their membership only when the child is ready. Conversely, some members are believed to go to great lengths to prevent their children from ever becoming involved, since the group's secrets are dangerous. According to the self-professed Dark Wheel expert Lita Crane, a conspiracy theorist and people's journalist who has painstakingly assembled an archive of relevant data, the original group was based in a disused starport, orbiting the 8th moon of an unnamed gas giant. The station was a toroid, hence wheel, and operated with a minimal power output so as to avoid detection, hence dark. Crane believes that this starport is still in use, and is the only means whereby the genuine Dark Wheel can verify its identity. New inductees can examine the records and artifacts preserved there, and thus satisfy themselves that the group has indeed been operating for centuries. No such starport has ever been found, however, and rival experts have accused Crane of forging her evidence in order to maintain the revenue from her billions of followers. Over the years, many people have claimed to be members of the Dark Wheel, to have identified some or all of the group's members, or to have discovered the group's location. But the contradictory nature of these claims suggests that most of them, if not all, are untrue. In 3300, a group identifying itself as the Dark Wheel emerged in the Shinrata Desra system, which is not accessible to pilots of lower than elite rank. It is not apparent if the group is a legitimate descendant of the original Dark Wheel, a reconstruction, or merely an opportunistic imitator.
Okie dokie. So I find that interesting, the last sentence here, because Felicity Farseer states if there would be imitators, they would be shut down pretty quickly. So if you think about it, I think the dark wheel in Shinratra Desra is probably the real dark wheel, if Felicity Farseer is right. Now, what's the credibility of Felicity Farseer opposed to the other person here? It's basically a credible explorer, valuable engineer, and somebody you can probably trust somehow. So she is probably not totally crazy. So that's my thought about that. So basically, to shortcut this, I will go then into ChatGPT and explore it a bit, but I think basically the solution is so simply that if there is some kind of Raxxla, it's basically Shinratra Desra. That's my thought about it. Because it's kind of the El Dorado which we all want to reach in the game, becoming elite in some way, and we have to go our path to reach that. And then we get the invitation with the system permit and yada, yada, yada. So I think that's a pretty good match to everything. Apart from the weird rhetoric around it. So basically, when I looked the first time into it, shortly, I found one thing interesting. I don't know if I have unlocked that on this account. Let me see that. Did I visit the elite? What was it? Did I not? Was this one of them? I mean, even here the wording is very outrageous around secrets, Pilot Federation and stuff. So it's a similar wording like is used in this myths, but basically it's just a system with a system permit. If you don't know it, it's not that you cannot see it on the star map or something. If you wonder what the EFP is, the PF is, I think, the Pilot Federation, and a subset of this is the Elite Federation of Pilots. So these are basically the pilots which have become elite. So, and here is also talk about secret and stuff, but it doesn't make sense. So from my point of view, it could be that the dark wheel must be dark in the past because it was in a populated system, otherwise there is no reason to hide. And with the emergence of the Pilot Federation, they got their hands on a whole system, so basically they could lock out everybody out of the system, so there is no point anymore to keep it dark. So the Jameson Memorial Station was eventually previously the dark wheel and became what it is today. So I could imagine that there is no dark wheel anymore. We can have a quick look on the galaxy map. Oops. So basically, hello, gas giant with 8 moons. They are not so common actually, if you search for it. 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever. So there are enough moons in that system. That's already something. So the system would be a candidate that it would have been in the past, the House of the Dark Wheel. So what else? If you go to the description, where was it? So this is a nice one. The system is governed by the Elite Pilots Federation, members of which are allowed to retire here. That's what we all dreamed of, to unlock the system and then to retire, no? Okay, so far so good. So the main thing which I learned of this tourist beacon, and that was basically that the Elite Federation of Pilots and the Pilot Federation are two different things. And I wonder what the intersection is with the Dark Wheel, actually, if there is any, if you would paint it on a Venn diagram. So, what else? There is another interesting system. I have a link down in the stream description with a data mining run from Down to Earth Astronomy, where he basically extracted the systems which correlate from the original game in 1984 to Elite Dangerous, and he found, I think, 35 or 36 systems. And there's another one which has a system with 8 moons in it. That's raw. I don't know. I have probably not visited that on that account. No, maybe we can visit it later. Yeah, hello, welcome. So that's about it. So now we have had enough fun and introduction in the game, so let's head to ChatGPT and have a talk with that thing about that. So let me switch the window. So where is it? Is it that one? Yes, I think so. So I hope you can see my browser. And I need additionally my notes. Yeah, you will see it in a moment. This is the current most crazy AI. So here it is. So now let's have a talk about it. So basically I start a new chat here, and first I will try to get the summary from the chapter 8 of the original novel from the Elite game in 1994. So give me a summary of Raxxla based on the following chapter. I prepared that. You find basically in the link below a link where you can download the whole novel. No, not download, but read it online. So it is open. So let's paste that in. I just paste in just chapter 8 because the whole novel is too long to process for it. So okay, here it is. And I say, give me a summary of Raxxla based on the following chapter. Okay, so let's go. So, yep, currently I do that. I will go further then later. I have other ideas. So let's read that for the people.
Raxxla is a mythical place rumored to contain a gateway to other universes filled with treasure, aliens, and other unknown riches. Jason Ryder, the father of the main character, Alex Ryder, was part of a group called the Dark Wheel that searched for Raxxla and believed it to be real. Jason discovered evidence of Raxxla's existence and returned to gather a team to explore it, but was killed by an assassin before he could do so. It is suggested that there is a group of elites living on Raxxla who are exploiting the gateway and will stop at nothing to protect their dominance, including hiring assassins to eliminate threats. Alex has proven himself to be a skilled combatant and has been accepted into the Dark Wheel to follow in his father's footsteps in the search for Raxxla.
Okay, so far so good. That doesn't sound too bad. I find it personally amazing that it is able to do that. It's mind-boggling. So now I would like to get rid of all the person information. I want just to have the facts about Raxxla. Raxxla without reference to persons. Limit it to 100 words. Oh, I had a typo, but maybe we'll be able to manage it anyway. So, Raxxla is, okay, let's get it read by a nicer voice.
Raxxla is a mythical place rumored to contain a gateway to other universes filled with treasure, aliens, and other unknown riches. It is suggested that there is a group of elites living on Raxxla who are exploiting the gateway and will stop at nothing to protect their dominance. The Dark Wheel is a group that searches for Raxxla and believes it to be real.
Okay. I will copy and paste that to keep it in my editor. That's pretty good. So now now I will ask it to check this definition against the knowledge it has gained from the training from the internet data. So does the above summary contradict the knowledge you have about Raxxla? Okay, that is weird. Let's give another chat here. Can you tell me, do you know about Raxxla, a myth? Dangerous. Let's see. Okay. Okay. No worries. So basically it has no data trained in it regarding that. Let's see. I have basically the definition copied from the game somewhere. Let me find that. Here it is. That's the thing we played previously. So let's go back here. So does it match with the above summary? Will give you a description of Raxxla below. Does it match with the summary? I did extract it from screenshots with OCR, that's why here are some funny typo things. So. Okay.
The summary I provided earlier does not contradict the information in the description you provided. The description expands on the information in the earlier summary, providing more detail and context about the legend of Raxxla and its supposed role as a gateway to other universes. It also mentions the Dark Wheel, a group that is rumored to be searching for Raxxla, and notes that the legend has inspired both explorers and conspiracy theorists.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. Let's copy that. So now, what I wanted to try. Let's go about the toast. This is a funny one, I think. Where is it? I have to search it in my notes to copy it. So, okay. Just to give you context, there is this toast to the jewel that burns on the brow of the mother of galaxies. And I think because when we fly around in Elite Dangerous, we always see Barnard's loop with the, what nebula is it? Hold on, let me switch to the game quickly. This looks kind of like an eye. How do I find Barnard's loop? Do I have nebulas enabled here? Here it is, okay. What's going on with the mouse? Oh, no. So basically, if we look at that thing from the bubble, it looks kind of like a brow. And there's the Horsehead Nebula and the Orion Nebula, which contribute to that. Otherwise, it would be just a bow. So, and a lot of people assumed, I think, that it is Eta Cassiopeia somewhere here, and it is around here somehow, close to search. So, what I ask myself, are there other nebulas which look like an eye? That would be a good question, because this could be misleading. Okay, let's go back to the browser. Where is it? Dun, dun, dun. So, here. Good. Okay. Let's do a new. We can throw that away. So, let's do a new chat. Are there nebulas in the galaxy which look like an I from Earth. Okay, let's see. Let me phrase the question another way. Okay. How did I get the other result here? Because I was playing before the stream a bit with it, and I get something out here. Okay, let's try and do that. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on. But I want to replicate the result which I have here first. Well, that was not that. Okay. The evil eye. Okay, interesting. Because we can go back to that in the former conversation, I found 4 other objects and one was actually interesting. Okay, now to your thing. This regards to the story which described this princess. Where was it? Several versions of Raxxla. Princess. Where is it? Find next. Here it is. So, do you know anything about Okay, can you decompose it in single words and analyze the words? Okay, the second one is cool. That is better than I expected. That was a cool one. I like that. Yeah, I will keep that. So, now, just let that read aloud.
Sure. Here is a breakdown of the words in the title, Princess Astrophil and the Spiraling Stars. Princess. This is a noun that refers to a female member of a royal family, especially a daughter or granddaughter of a king or queen. Astrophil. This is a proper noun that appears to be a fictional name. It is possible that it is derived from the Greek words, astro, meaning star, and philos, meaning loving, or friend. Spiraling. This is a verb that means to move in a spiral or circular pattern, or to move or develop in a way that becomes increasingly complex or intense. Stars. This is a noun that refers to celestial objects made up of gas, dust, and other matter that emit light and other electromagnetic radiation due to the process of nuclear fusion occurring at their cores. In this context, it is likely being used metaphorically to refer to something brilliant or outstanding. I hope this information is helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions.
No, it's cool to interact with you. Just go on. I don't know the sonnet of 108. Is there any reference anywhere to it? That is new to me. I think I read about it some years ago, but I cannot remember what it was. So, but there is this other word which I would like to have a definition for. What was it? There was another thing. It was a word with O, which sounds pretty strange to me. Eldorado, blah, 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 blah. Oh, of Famous Rift, was it? So what is the... Okay. Give me a breakdown of the words in that thing is pretty crazy. That's insane. I love it. Okay. Let's read that. I think that's cool.
Sure. Here is a breakdown of the words in the phrase, omphalos rift. Omphalos. This is a proper noun that appears to be of Greek origin. In ancient Greek mythology, the omphalos was a stone located at the center of the earth, which was believed to be the point from which the god Zeus released two eagles to fly in opposite directions across the world. The term, omphalos, can also be translated as navel or center. Rift. This is a noun that refers to a crack, split, or separation, especially in the Earth's surface or in a rock formation. It can also be used to describe a disagreement or breach of trust between people. Without more context, it's difficult to say exactly how these words are being used in the phrase, omphalos rift. I hope this information is helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions.
So till I have your link, I will go into what I found here before. Basically, I got this answer here at some point from it when I was playing before with it. Let me read that.
Sure. Here is a list of nebulae that have a shape that resembles an eye when viewed from Earth. Helix Nebula, NGC 7293, a planetary nebula located about 700 light-years away in the constellation Aquarius. It is one of the closest planetary nebulae to Earth and has a distinctive ring-like structure that resembles an eye when viewed from certain angles. Cat's Eye Nebula, NGC 6543, a planetary nebula located about 3,000 light-years away in the constellation Draco. It has a complex structure with multiple shells of gas and dust, and its central region has a shape that resembles an eye. Medusa Nebula, Abell 21, a planetary nebula located about 1,500 light-years away in the constellation Gemini. It has a diffuse, wispy structure that resembles the tentacles of the mythical Medusa. Red Rectangle Nebula, HD 44179, a protoplanetary nebula located about 2,300 light-years away in the constellation Monoceros. It has a distinctive rectangular shape and is thought to be a precursor to a planetary nebula. These are just a few examples of nebulae that have a shape that resembles an eye when viewed from Earth. There may be other nebulae that have a similar appearance, but without more information it is not possible to determine their locations or characteristics.
Okay, that was cool, and here I got actually a list, so let's quickly check what we have in Elite. Let me copy those in an editor, that I don't have to switch back and forth like crazy. So, then let's go into the game. So Helix Nebula, do we have that? Ah, here it is. But this seems to be a nebula without a planet. What did it say about it? Hold on. What was that? Planetary nebula. Okay, but there seems to be no star in it. The question is, yeah, would there be a star in it if we could access it? That's an interesting thing. No? Okay, good. Next. Cat's Eye Nebula. Same here, nothing inside, or do I just not see it? No, here is actually a star, but here is none. So this is also some free-floating nebula without anything in it. Then let's have a look at Medusa. No results found. Okay, there's a system. Okay, but this is too close. What did it say? How far should that be away? 1,500 light years. Yep, that's not that then. Okay. It does look like a normal star, but it's also a Greek mythology thingy, Medusa. Okay, and then we have the red rectangle. Okay, this system. And this is the one which I found the most interesting one. And the reason, of course, is because it has a system permit. And is here in this permit locked region. Yep. This thing looks actually incredibly funny in real life. Let's have a look. Let's switch back to the browser. So this looks crazy, doesn't it? Funny thing. Yeah. So you have not been able to post the link to the wiki, as I see. Let me Google it. You said 108 sonnet. I think that will be mentioned somewhere now. No. It was plural. Does that help? Ah, twin. No, I cannot see it. But I found here this forum entry. But where does it come from? Is it from Elite itself or from somewhere outside? Yeah, but there must be a connection to Raxxla, no? Or somebody must have been doing a connection to Raxxla. Let's put it that way. Astrophel and Stella. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but where does the 108 come from? I mean, that looks for me very far-fetched. Okie dokie, but nonetheless. So let's give ChatGPT another run for its money. So basically, what I tried to do is to force an answer regarding basically what the toast could mean, and then it always tries to avoid an answer because it cannot be factual. Let's paste that and have a look at this. As I mentioned in the beginning, I think basically the whole thing is kind of a smokescreen. I actually think that the Founders World is kind of Raxxla because this is the El Dorado we all strive for and have to do our journey to get there. So, and the system has also 2 planets with more than 8 moons, so the Dark Wheel could have been in the past there. And because they own now the whole system, there's no point anymore in cloaking the station. That would be my point to that. It's a bit unspectacular, but the main thing is here to play with ChatGPT regarding that. So that's the event. So here. Da-da-da. So if the following text describes a location in the galaxy, where is it? Regarding the dark wheel, I think it's just plain wrong. It's just a nice picture because it would need to be incredibly close to the star, but it says it's on the 8th moon of a gas giant, and there is this planetary body which is extremely closely to the star. So I have a hard time to think that this orbits a planet, a gas giant, additionally. love that. It's totally dry. So let's try it another way. So we can get rid of that chat. This is lit nowhere. So there is a puzzle to find a location in the galaxy with this clue. To the jewel that burns on the brow of the mother of galaxies, to the whisperers in witch space, the siren of the deepest void, the parent's grief, the lover's vow, the yearning of our vagabond hearts. How do we solve this? So let's get going. Yeah, I mean, it's referred as the information from a conspiracy theorist, so yeah. So that doesn't look too outlandish.
This puzzle appears to be written in a very poetic and metaphorical style, which can make it difficult to understand the specific meaning of the words and phrases used. However, there are a few key words and phrases that might provide clues as to the intended location. The phrase, "jewel that burns on the brow of the mother of galaxies," could be a reference to a bright, star-like object within the galaxy. The word, siren, often refers to a mythical creature that sang in a way that lured sailors to their deaths, so this might suggest that the location is associated with danger or mystery. The phrase, parent's grief, and lover's woe, could suggest that the location is associated with loss or sadness. The phrase, yearning of our vagabond hearts, could suggest a sense of longing or wanderlust. Overall, it is difficult to say for sure what this puzzle is referring to, as the language is very metaphorical and the clues are somewhat vague. It might be helpful to try to think about what each of the phrases and words could symbolize, and see if any patterns or connections emerge that could help to identify the intended location.
I totally agree. The thing is insane. So, okay, let's get rid of some clutter here. So, let's start with only that. Interesting.
The phrase, jewel that burns on the brow, is often used to describe supermassive black holes. The mother of galaxies could be referring to the galaxy that contains this supermassive black hole, which is likely the Milky Way. If this is the case, the location being referred to could be the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way, known as Sagittarius A*. This black hole is located approximately 27,000 light-years from Earth in the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It's worth noting that this is just one possible interpretation of the clue, and there could be other ways to understand it. If you have any additional information or context, it might help to better solve the puzzle.
Okay, can you give me alternate interpretations? Certainly.
Certainly. Here are a few other possible ways to interpret the clue. Jewel could be referring to a bright, luminous object in the sky, such as a star or a planet. In this case, the mother of galaxies could be the galaxy that contains this bright object, or it could be a metaphor for the celestial body itself. Jewel could also be a metaphor for something that is valuable or important. In this case, the clue might be pointing to a location that holds some significance or significance within the context of the puzzle. The phrase, brow of the mother of galaxies, could be a metaphor for the front, or leading edge, of a galaxy. In this case, the clue might be pointing to a location at the forefront of the Milky Way or another galaxy. It's important to keep in mind that these are just a few examples of how the clue could be interpreted, and there could be many other ways to understand it as well. Without more context or additional information, it can be difficult to determine the exact meaning of the clue.
That is actually pretty good to generate ideas. So, okay. Now, what I want to do, another thing was to play with the word Raxxla by itself. Let's see. How do I phrase that? Do you know the concept of editing distance? Perfect. Let's read that.
Yes, I am familiar with the concept of editing distance. Editing distance, also known as the Levenshtein distance, is a measure of the difference between two strings. It is defined as the minimum number of operations required to transform one string into another. The allowed operations are typically the insertion, deletion, or substitution of a single character. The distance is named after the Soviet mathematician Vladimir Levenshtein, who developed the algorithm for calculating the distance in 1965. The editing distance has applications in a variety of fields, including natural language processing, computational biology, and spell checking.
Okay, to your question, I have no idea, to be honest, because I read more or less the novel and the codex entries and surfed a bit the forum and the reference which I gave below, so I'm not so informed about the Rider family. So then let's see if we can use that somehow. So he claims he knows editing distance, right? Okay. I think there is information in the Elite Wiki. It is linked below regarding Raxxla, and if you search there for Jason Ryder and these guys, I think they are mentioned there, and also the relations a bit. But I cannot remember much of it. I surfed it once in a while. So, okay, let's see. Now, what I want to do, I would have permutations of the word Raxxla, assuming that it might be spelled wrong or something, and basically have real words with matches it. So, how do I phrase that? Can you generate me can you me close matches to the word Raxxla. And list them with the editing distance in the format word editing distance sorted sending the first 10 matches. So, I wonder what comes out here. Huh? So I'm not happy with the answer because the editing distance of that thing is just 1. Right. I actually think it should be 3, to be honest. Yeah, we come to that. I have that in store. Okay, this doesn't seem to lead to anything useful. Let's try it another way. Can you give me similar words to Raxxla? Okay, now he just makes this up now. Used in real languages. Yeah, sure. I totally agree. Please give me words which are similar to the fictional word Raxxla. Is that clearer? Ah, that's better. Okay, but this doesn't look promising anyway, so there are no surprises or words which I didn't know or something. But let me read that. That makes actually sense.
Sure. Here are some real words that are similar to the fictional word, Raxxla, based on their sound and structure. Rascal, rattle, grapple, wrangle, strangle, tangle, jostle, rustle, bustle. Please note that these words are being suggested based on their sound and structure, rather than their meaning. Without more context about the intended use of Raxxla, it is difficult to suggest words that may be more closely related in meaning. Let me know if you have any other questions.
It's too good. So now you talked about the cipher. We come to that. Let's go here. Do I have this somehow? Because I have this still open because of this Halloween riddle. So where we had to find this thing here, so we can here enter Raxxla, and then we get this here, for example. Let's see if he manages to do that, just for fun. So let's get rid of that. So you this first using the @bash cipher. Yeah. Yeah, but are you able to do it? Oh, that looks wrong. The definition is right, but he gets it completely wrong. Okay. Okay, he can give the definition, but he's totally confused about the thing. So this is not good. This isn't true. What would the ideal answer have been? Okay. Now, let's try something else. Can you apply ciphers to Can I apply various ciphers to the word Raxxla? And give me a list of 10 examples. Oh, Bry. Hello. Yeah, but we know that this is wrong here. But Caesar cipher, shift of 3. Let's check if that's true. Do we have here the Caesar cipher? Caesar cipher. So, shift key number 3. That's a good one. I like that. So you're also a kind of IT or math guy. Otherwise, you would not know about octal. What did he give? Let me copy that over somewhere else where I can see it at the same time. He said he shifted by 3 now. Shift of 3. It is similar, but it does not match. Yeah, that's probably wrong. Which alphabet did he use? Yeah, hard to say, but it's interesting anyway. So let's read that. It's probably wrong.
Certainly. Here are 10 examples of different ciphers that can be applied to the word Raxxla. At bash cipher, ZYHHSY, Caesar cipher, shift of 3, UDAD, Vigenère cipher, keyword, crypto, squeegee, Morse code, XX. Binary code, 01110010, 01100010, 01110000, 01110000, 01101100, 01100001, octal code, 162 quadrillion 162 trillion 154 billion 154,154,162, hexadecimal code, 72,617,878,786 C61, base 64 code, CNJGXH, ASCII code. 114-97-120-120-108-97, Braille. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.
This helps totally. So let's do a bit dark wheel. So I actually don't know when they came into being. So Basically, this is the thing from the codecs. Oops. Okay, probably I have to reload the patch. Or maybe the text is too long. Oops. Yeah, sure, sorry. I hit enter too quick. Stop bitching. Oops, okay. So. Yeah, that's not too bad.
The Dark Wheel is a mythical group of adventurers, treasure hunters, and investigators who are believed to have operated in secrecy since the early days of interstellar travel. According to legend, only the bravest and most competent pilots are invited to join the group, and they initiate contact with potential members through tests of courage and skill. Some believe that new members are selected based on lineage, while others believe that existing members go to great lengths to prevent their children from becoming involved. Many people have claimed to be members of the Dark Wheel or to have discovered its location, but the contradictory nature of these claims suggests that most, if not all, are untrue. In 3300, a group identifying itself as the Dark Wheel emerged in the Shinrata Deshra system, but it is not clear if this group is related to the original legend.
Okie dokie. Oh. 100 words, maybe. Okay, it got charged.
The Dark Wheel is a legendary group of adventurers and treasure hunters believed to operate in secrecy. Many people have claimed to be members or to have discovered its location, but these claims are often contradictory and not considered reliable. In 3300, a group identifying itself as the Dark Wheel emerged in the Shinrata Deshra system, but it is unclear if they are related to the original legend.
Yeah, but the question is if it has information about it. What is the significance of Let's do it without any context, just for fun to start. Okay. Ah, I never did that. Let's ask about it. Does this mean something? Okay, doesn't seem to be. Or made up, yeah, probably. Okay, that has no meaning too. Good. So, what else? So, the Pilots Federation. Did it just repeat it or did it modify it? And circuit resistance effort, this looks pretty similar. Oops, I meant timeline. Okay. Let me ask it another way. Test question. When was the pilot feather founded? Okay, good. So then so I just recognized recently that this is actually another thing than the Pilot Federation. Makes sense.
The Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, is a subgroup of the Pilots Federation that was formed to manage the high demand for their services. The EFP is highly respected and secretive, and its members are known as elite pilots. The EFP rating is based on a kill count, and many pilots retire before reaching elite status. The EFP provides generous discounts throughout human space and has representatives throughout the galaxy. It is an organization that all pilots aspire to join. It is rumored that the EFP has secret bases and technologies, but this has not been confirmed.
Oops, too fast again.
The Pilots Federation has traditionally been a trusted source of information for pilots and has grown to become the dominant provider of data, hardware, and software solutions for ship and station manufacturers. In 3100, they began expanding their data sources to include markets, news feeds, and communication systems. By 3300, the Pilots Federation's GalNet system had a near monopoly on all shipboard and station embedded systems, which are fitted as standard on almost all independent ships and some military ships. The Pilots Federation's monopoly on these systems has occurred with little resistance, likely due to the organization's trusted reputation.
Universal cartographics not in the text which I selected so far. Let's see, only where? No. So, what else do they have? This is basically from tourist beacons and stuff which I feed in now. Okay. Now, basically, what I'm heading to, I feed in all this information here to get in the end a summary of everything. That's kind of the idea. No idea if this will work. Where are we? This was this one. So, there was another tourist spot with secrecy, I think. So let's see. What is the relationship between the Pilots Federation and the Elite Federation of Pilots? I wonder if there comes something useful out now. Okay, that's good. Do I have more? No, let's read that for now.
The Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, is a subgroup within the Pilots Federation. It is a select and extremely secretive group within the larger organization. The EFP has its own systems for exchanging offers between its members and is highly respected within the Pilots Federation. It is an organization that all pilots aspire to join, and receiving an invitation to join is typically dependent on achieving the rank of elite within the Pilots Federation. The EFP has its own headquarters, which is based in the Founders World System, which is directly controlled by the EFP and is only accessible to its members.
Okie dokie. So can you give me a summary containing all the information above? Ah. Oh, does it repeat? Was this not a subgroup of pilots? Does it duplicate that? It's highly respected and so basically he could you have 2 sections about summary and put all information about the EFP in one section. Okay, that was probably not such a good idea. Okay, but just for fun, let's read that.
The Pilots Federation is an independent organization that represents and monitors independent pilots in the galaxy. It was established in 2805 to provide pilots with reliable trade route information and protection against the growing threat of interstellar piracy. The organization has a strict code of conduct and issues bounties on known pirate vessels. It also has a ranking system that reflects the number of combat victories achieved by its members, with the highest ranking being Elite. The Pilots Federation has also become a significant presence in the field of information technology, developing hardware and software for pilots. It is based in the Shinrata Deshra system and is known for its ethical conduct and self-regulation. Members of the organization are referred to as Commander, and it is considered secretive due to its invitation-only access policy, which is based on achieving the rank of Elite. Despite this secrecy, the Pilots Federation has a significant influence on interstellar exploration, the galactic economy, and the Thargoid resistance effort. The Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, is a subgroup of the Pilots Federation that was formed to manage the high demand for their services. The EFP is highly respected and secretive, and its members are known as Elite Pilots. The EFP rating is based on a kill count, and many pilots retire before reaching elite status. The EFP provides generous discounts throughout human space and has representatives throughout the galaxy. It is an organization that all pilots aspire to join. It is rumored that the EFP has secret bases and technologies, but this has not been confirmed. The Pilots Federation has traditionally been a trusted source of information for pilots and has grown to become the dominant provider of data, hardware, and software solutions for ship and station manufacturers. In 3100, they began expanding their data sources to include markets, news feeds, and communication systems. By 3300, the Pilots Federation's GalNet system had a near monopoly on all shipboard and station embedded systems, which are fitted as standard on almost all independent ships and some military ships. The Pilots Federation's monopoly on these systems has occurred with little resistance, likely due to the organization's trusted reputation. The Pilots Federation is officially apolitical and does not interfere with the internal workings of systems or factions. However, the organization has significant power through its political connections, the bounty system, and control of ship and station embedded systems. It also exercises a lot of soft power by providing pilot safety support throughout human inhabited space. There are known cliques within the Pilots Federation, such as the Dark Wheel, that have their own agendas, but these are tolerated as long as they do not go too far. The Pilots Federation has a reputation for secrecy, and the Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, within it is even more mysterious and secretive. The center of this secrecy is the elusive, Founders World, which is the only system directly controlled by the EFP, and its location is closely guarded. The EFP maintains this secrecy through the use of misinformation, and only a select few members of the organization know the truth about the location of Founders World. The system is governed by the EFP and is where the organization's headquarters is based. EFP members are allowed to retire there in relative anonymity. The Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, is a subgroup within the Pilots Federation. It is a select and extremely secretive group within the larger organization. The EFP has its own systems for exchanging offers between its members and is highly respected within the Pilots Federation. It is an organization that all pilots aspire to join, and receiving an invitation to join is typically dependent on achieving.
Oh, was it here cut off?
The Elite Federation of Pilots, EFP, is a subgroup within the Pilots Federation that was formed to manage the high demand for their services. The EFP is a select and extremely secretive group within the larger organization, and its members are known as elite pilots. The EFP has its own systems for exchanging offers between its members and is highly respected within the Pilots Federation. It is an organization that all pilots aspire to join, and receiving an invitation to join is typically dependent on achieving the rank of elite within the Pilots Federation. The EFP provides generous discounts throughout human space and has representatives throughout the galaxy. It is rumored that the EFP has secret bases and technologies, but this has not been confirmed. The center of the EFP's secrecy is the elusive Founders World, which is the only system directly controlled by the EFP, and its location is closely guarded. The EFP maintains this secrecy through the use of misinformation, and only a select few members of the organization know the truth about the location of Founders World. The system is governed by the EFP and is where the organization's headquarters is based. EFP members are allowed to retire there in relative anonymity.
I find it actually interesting that there is this secrecy talk about the Founders World, because actually from our point of view it was never been a secret that this thing is there now. So that's the reason why I would not wonder if Raxxla and the Dark Wheel is actually all based on the system. And I mean, the guy from from FDEF, was it Mel Brooks? I cannot remember the name. He said something like, you have to make sure that people know what they are doing, and it has to be kind of obvious. And this would extremely fit with that is Founders World. Because here is also basically to talk about the big secrets around Founders World, but it's no secret at all from our point of view, is it? Michael Brooks, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's basically what I wanted to try with this one. Let's do a little short disconnected experiment. Just for fun. Can you give me a list of the planets of the solar system with their distance in AU from the Sun, ordered by distance in the format name distance. Okay. Can you give me a formula to convert AU to oops, typo. Is there a connection between something like that? To have how does this connect to Elite? The Argonauts are mentioned. Okay. So to have started. Okay. So now I want to do something else. I found some years ago something funny when Down to Earth Astronomy basically released his findings. He matched the list with the systems from the Elite in 1984 to Elite Dangerous and got 36 or 35 systems or so. And back then, I think it was 3 years ago or so, a few months after his analysis, I flown to the system and I found one funny thing in one place and I want to visit that now. Hold on. Just to show you. Let's go back to the game. So this was in the... Do I stream the game? Yeah, it looks like the system algo. But basically, the thought is how... Let's for fun assume that there is something in the game. How would it actually be implemented? Because you cannot imagine that it is a super duper asset or something like that, because the data miners would have found it otherwise in the game sources. So it is certainly not named Raxxla. So the most trivial thing to do would be, of course, to enter in Raxxla. No, it's not so easy. So. Basically, so how would it manifest? And I think it was implemented back in the days, if it was implemented, and we interpret the answers from FDEF right. For example, Braben said something along the lines, what was it? It is in the game and we know where it is, but that doesn't mean that we can reach it, no? It could be something permit locked, it could be something totally crazy, like a string on a texture on the back of a container or whatever. So it is so unspecific. And I also thought about that what Michael Brooks said. it's a journey which has everybody to do, and that's why I tend to think that it cannot be simply asset where you can basically do a few tasks and then you unlock or find it or fly there or something like that. That's why I still think Founders World is a great match for that, because you have to become elite in a way or another to get there. So it's actually I would say the own asset. You have to really work for it in the game. So, but let's head to alcohol. And another thought is basically because the base game and Horizons was around at this time, I think it has to be something in space. Yep, that's exactly that. I want to visit that. Because this could be basically an example how finding something like that would be implemented if there's something around.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, Mr. Bain. I mean exactly that. I think he's still there. I'm not sure, but we will see. So, okay, where was it? Well, let's quickly scan the signal sources. Or should I go to the nav beacon? Why do I not see the nav beacon?
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Confused. So there seems that there was a treasure hunt before I joined the Elite. My first Elite was Horizons, which came out in December 2015, I think, and I bought it maybe in March or April 2016, and I think this happened before. So. Hold on. Right. Oh no. Okay. Oops. Somehow my joystick does not like me today. Wait. So basically here I have nothing anymore on the scanner to scan. So, but if we go here, we have this unidentified thing still, but it is not visible here. So I could imagine that it is somehow implemented like that, and this is pretty annoying because you would not recognize it that there is still an unidentified signal source which you have not scanned. So let's go to that. That's probably Mr. Bain. Of course I have no fuel with me. I think he ran out of fuel and sits there. But it's also funny, on my main account I did refuel them a few years ago. I got a refuel input controller and refueled him, and then I tracked him with how is it called, a wake scanner a bit. So it's pretty entertaining. But he ran out of fuel all the time because after he consumed one limpet, he basically went away and then ran out of fuel again and again. That's pretty funny. So even if you don't find Raxxla, you might have fun. This is actually a nice place to look at here. If this planet, then this is a brown dwarf or is it a gas giant, I don't know. Probably a gas giant. Yeah, what is also funny, you can go to Shinratra Desra or just to the system there and then try to follow Dark Wheel members and see where they go. That's funny too. Ah, yeah, that is pesky earth relics. Where is the dude actually? Oops. Yeah, something along that lines, I would imagine. Crazy paint job. Yeah, that I found that entertaining. So now I was on that account never in RAW. Let's go there for fun. comes, is it? Oh, just there. The exclusion line of that thing. Yeah. Oh, hello. How are you? Should I be concerned? Oh, okay. Security service, I feel very secure now.
Frameshift charge detected. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
So. Yep. This is one of the gas giants with has 8 moons. Or the brown dwarf, whatever. Yeah. So that was basically it, what I wanted to do today. So let's leave it here. So let's, for fun, check a few things. Wrong. So blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff matches actually with Founder's World. yeah, we will see. But I don't think that there is anything else in the game, but I like to be proven wrong. That's my thoughts about that. So, then, yeah, thank you for watching, and see you another time. Have a nice evening. Bye. Thank you very much. Same to you. Yes, it should be on the channel, so you can start watch the beginning if you like. Yeah, and this crazy chat thingy, the link is in the description below. And currently it's in the beta, so you can create a free account if you like to play with it. I think it's worth it. It's sometimes pretty amazing. On some things you have seen, like with that bash, it fails sometimes just flat out on its nose, but on some stuff it does a crazy job, I think. So it's impressive from my point of view.